Hello everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review to I'm a Celebrity episode 10, 2025. So at the beginning of the episode we saw Kelly, Eddie, Vogue and Tom, and they were about to head into a challenge. They basically had to use 4 words to help the other campmates work out a children's poem, and they had to basically win themselves kids' treats. So it's basically a midnight feast of like throwback treats. So some of the rhymes included things like Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, with at one point even Martin questioning whether Goldilocks was actually Winnie the Pooh. They obviously had to describe it in 4 words, so they had to use words, and then there was words that they were not allowed to use as well. Throughout the trial or the little mission, they had crickets, ants and insects that were crawling all over them. And yeah, when they got back to camp, obviously Alex asked how they were all going to be sharing the sweets. And Shona kind of whispered that Ruby had grabbed an entire bag of all sorts, licorice all sorts, so she basically took them to herself. Ginge basically also added on that she has the whole bag, and they all love her, but obviously she's going to get away with it because she's Ruby. Ruby basically said to the camera that all men are there for themselves now. So, you know, as difficult as it is for everyone has to kind of be selfish and put themselves first. But I just love how she didn't even bother asking anyone. She literally just took the sweets as if, like, you know, I'm just going to do what I want because I'm the queen of the jungle. And yeah, Alex explained that when she woke up after the storm, she was all damp from yesterday. Lisa explained that her fleece was wet and she didn't want to smell like a wet umbrella. Ruby explained that obviously she'd feel a lot better about herself once she had a bit of surgery. H and Ginge were looking at Tom and Ruby in the pond, with Jim questioning whether Alex is going to bring up the whole sweets situation or sweetsgate on the morning meeting. And Martin explained that it was chaos getting one of those sweets, with Alex explaining that, you know, one of these small issues can become bigger. So she's not sure who got what in terms of the sweets, but it was just sweets. So, you know, if it was something a little bit more and they're fighting over it, then obviously there'll be a bit of drama, but it's literally just a sweet, so why are they moaning? We also found out from Ant and Dec that they were going to be spending 2 days against a rival in trials and challenges. And this next trial obviously was going to be for Jack to compete in. Lisa explained to Jack that he was going to be absolutely brilliant, that he's happy when everyone else seems to be happy, so it's kind of a selfless thing to do, that, you know, he wants to obviously make sure things are cooked and make sure trials are completed, but he wants to obviously win those stars for everybody else. Eddie explained that for the trial that he did, he wasn't relaxing, but Jack's definitely got it in the bag. I think the reason he said that is because it was kind of like a water sounding mission, and obviously Eddie had done his previous mission, which was a little bit difficult for him. But yeah, he said Jack's absolutely going to do it. Jack said obviously the standard is really high for bringing back stars, and he hopes that the trial was going to test him and not end him. He said failure is not an option, and Ant and Dec basically revealed that there were 8 hatches with smaller sections with stars. He had 2 minutes. I think he had 2 minutes in each of the rounds to obviously go down this tube, swim to the bottom, obviously with all sorts of different creatures and critters, grab the stars, by obviously unlocking a cage, twisting the stars out of some box, and then obviously swimming all the way back up to the top. So I think he did really, really well. For those of you that obviously have caught up this far, that have obviously watched ahead, I think he held his breath for at least a minute in some of those capsules, I think we're going to call them. But yeah, so you had capsule 1 was toads and yappies, 2 was water dragons and mud crabs, 3 was the monitor lizards and eels. Number 4, he had toads, yabbies, mud crabs and eels, which obviously took a bit longer for him to do. Number 5, he had crocodiles and mud crabs, and in number 6, you had water pythons and yabbies. So in the end, he did manage to get all 12 stars, which is absolutely fantastic. And Lisa explained to the rest of them at the jungle that she was One Punch Mandy, and obviously not to mess with the Dingles. And I think Jack also said he's never been that close to a crocodile before. So, a snake even. He said he's never been that close to a snake. Jack explained that he got 12 stars and it was a really, really fun challenge, with Kelly saying that she never doubted him. Alex said, you know, 12 stars is great. We're obviously happy for our people. And H referred to him as Jacqueman. Ruby was talking to Ginge, saying that, questioning whether obviously whether he feels any better today, and he said he did. Ruby explained that she can adjust herself to any situation really, really fast, depending on where she needs to go. And then Ginge explained that he's the romantic type, and when he spoke about what he did for his ex-girlfriend, he said that he put rose petals down towards the bedroom, and he actually got dumped on live stream in front of 10,000 people, but because of the kind of job he has to do, he just basically had to carry on and, not kind of be affected by it. Ginge explained he's obviously not here to pull Ruby wax. He seems to have hid it quite well, that he's quite a masculine man, but I guess, yeah, she was obviously just trying to find out more information about him, who he was, and the type of thing that he does. Eddie asked Ruby whether she can make a figure of 8 with her hips. Shona said that they should definitely bring Ruby on a float when they go to Carnival next year, and obviously because they got 12 stars, for dinner they had mud crab, celeriac, and mampalam, which I'm not quite sure what any of that is, but obviously the crab was quite crabby and not as meaty as they thought it was going to be. Ginge explained that he used to grow up with crab sticks, with Tom explaining that they've got potatoes. Lisa also said that even for Jack, cooking the crab could be quite tough, and they should just embrace the patience. Ruby explained that the meal had so many different flavours, and it definitely topped all of the other nights in terms of their dinner. So a very short episode in terms of review for me. But I think the highlights from that episode, obviously Jack's trial, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've never seen a man swim so far down into the water, hold his breath for so long, and then get those stars off so quick. I think even Anne's Deck were quite surprised. Again, the whole Ginge situation opening up to Ruby, I guess it's quite nice because you kind of got one of the younger ones and one of the older ones in there kind of bonding, and, she's obviously finding information about him. He's obviously trying to find out information about her, so it's a nice little bit of bonding in there. And then, yeah, with the whole dinner situation, again, Jack naturally just happens to take the lead. I think he's got experience in the travelling world or the camping world or things like that. So he's naturally going to be the one to step forward. But it's nice to see people actually appreciate that the food actually tastes nice as well. But yeah, hopefully he kind of will continue stepping back a little bit just to let other people get involved and feel that kind of nature vibe. But yeah, if you did enjoy my review, don't forget to like and share. And if you are still watching the show, obviously no spoilers because I'm only on episode 17, so I'm just backdating a few of my reviews. But yeah, if you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with another video and another review very soon. And until then, thank you for watching, and bye.